The Commercial Advisory Service is a piece of software procurement consultancy that we've been developing and delivering for about a decade or so. It's designed to assist customers with their more significant or complex licensing expenditure. So we typically get involved with things like large contract renewals, transformational programs, merger and acquisition activity. Really, any time that an organisation may be asked to reach into their pocket and spend a significant amount of money on software, we get involved to reduce that expenditure as far as we possibly can, and then when we can reduce it no further, at least give them peace of mind they're spending money wisely. You know, they haven't overlooked anything, they're not going to have to go through like another round of procurement 6 months down the line because of something we missed from the get-go.
CAS is made up of 3 key phases. The first of those phases is an engagement with various stakeholders within the customer, so that we capture both the procurement objectives and also, and what can sometimes be key to this service, is the different technology objectives that various stakeholders will have.
So from a business point of view, are they growing or are they shrinking? Is their business subject to seasonality at different points throughout the year? Then from a technology point of view, what are the bare bones products that we need to keep the lights on? And then what are the kind of nice to have aspirational products, provided we can get them within budget as well?
The second phase is where we take away what we would typically describe as some of the pain from the customer. So we'll look at all of the contract analysis. We'll do the commercial modelling against various licensing suites, against various contract types, various agreements, and effectively produce a set of documentation that can act for many customers as their business case. In the third phase, we will present back, but not only present back, but also engage with the customer in helping them work out which of these options is right for them, so that they can then look to go and engage with the vendor to come up with the most suitable option for them.
I think what we're seeing at the moment is a lot of increased scrutiny on spend, and I guess what we're here to do is kind of underwrite that for them and show that level of due diligence for their business case, for their superiors, for a future freedom of information request. Could they have done better? What did they leave on the table? And empowering them to say, actually we ended up spending more than we'd initially budgeted for, but what that enables us to do was to prevent expenditure later down the line. So, maybe we didn't hit a particular target at the point of transaction, but we ultimately eliminated unbudgeted spend.
And a lot more technologies on offer from more vendors, and organisations need to know, do we invest in this technology with a particular vendor, or do we keep with our traditional approach? And that's one of the fundamental elements of CAS in determining what the roadmap looks like.
Ultimately, we don't tell our customers what to do. We arm them with the information they need to make sensible decisions on behalf of their business, and then negotiate from a position of strength once they know what it is they need to get out of that negotiation process at the end.
Well, I guess the typical scenarios for CAS where we've seen contract renewal, mergers and acquisitions, and significant investment opportunities. And it's the same repeatable process regardless of the scenario that will still bring the same benefits, because we're still defining the roadmap and we're still doing the required analysis to enable the due diligence or the cost avoidance or the cost savings.
Between us, we've been doing this for over a decade and have a lot of experience of different customer requirements. We appreciate every customer is different, but that said, we are enabled to kind of approach every customer with a bit of a template behind us.
And for me, the breadth of customer base that Bytes has means we're constantly encountering new scenarios. There's a broad range of public sector customers and an equally diverse range of private sector customers, from a few hundred seats up to a couple of 100,000 seats. And by that, we're constantly encountering new scenarios, new technology roadmaps, new concession requirements from customers, and this just allows us to bring all of these into our portfolio so that when we encounter these scenarios again, we have those experiences to draw back on.
The technology landscape from when we started doing this over a decade ago is vastly different. The methodology of the service hasn't hugely changed, but the outputs have, because we've had to change what we're delivering to customers to reflect their more up-to-date requirements.